So what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew it. Okay. And set the top side. Now this is kind of a scary thing because you have one shot to not cut it wrong. If you do cut it wrong, you have some extra bags, but we're gonna try not to cut it wrong. So what I'm doing is
one extra bag, so don't go wild.
Yeah, so try not, so we're gonna try not to mess this up, but I'm gonna teach you. It's gonna be great, we all got this. So we're doing this, we're folding our bag, okay? And then I'm sticking, and I have color on my hand. We're sticking our coupler in there so we can see it like that. Now what we're going to have to do is we have to cut this. If you cut it too high up, the coupler is going to fall through and the bag isn't good. So how I do it, now you can take like a little marker and mark it where you want to cut it. I don't usually do that because I'm always in a hurry, but if you guys, you know, for a time, like because this is your first time, if you want to go grab a little pen or something, just make sure you cut it right above the pen so you don't have like ink on your bag. But what I do is I have my bag here. I see that's where I want to cut it. You can kind of see the threading there. So basically this is going to go back on and we're going to do the tip and we're going to thread. So we're going to cut it like right at that threading. Can everyone see that? I kind of use my scissors right there at that threading. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my thumb there and I'm pushing my bag back so I know where it's marked and I'm cutting that. And then I'm pushing it back out. Now this is super important. See this little piece? It is so important to throw this in the garbage ASAP because this is something that could get in your food because it's so hard to see. So this ASAP, get it in the garbage. You tell everyone that and that in the bakery. That goes in the garbage right away. Now we've got our, does everyone have their coupler in there? Now the first cupcake that we're gonna do is we're gonna make a wreath. So I'm going to teach you how to make a wreath out of frosting.
Say, Cause,
so
I'm going to pause you for a second. I have a question. Does the plastic, should the plastic be covering the threading of that inner piece, or do we want the threads exposed?
Just like the first thread exposed, and then the rest are covered.
Okay.
So they can fit down in there. Oh, here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Good night. Oh. Wait, is this working?
To the left.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Can everyone see that okay? Oh my. Okay.
So it's just the first couple of rounds of that threading is exposed. Everything else is still covered by the plastic. Yep.
Yeah, because you don't want it to shove through. Okay. And even I have messed up and I was like so nervous cutting it while everyone's watching. I'm like, watch me cut it too high. So now I'm going to pull it down. The key to the frosting is I want my frosting to go down in there without hitting the sides. Sometimes you can use scoops. I am going to use my spatula. And you don't need to fill your bag super full. I'm just going to take my spatula and I'm putting it down, way down in there. And I'm kind of pulling it out with my hand on the side there. And I've got it. Let's see. Can you see it? So I've got my frosting in there. I'm trying not to get it on this part. If we make messes, that happens sometimes, but. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do this. So now my bag looks like this now. And I have my frosting in there. Everyone's there. And then what I'm going to do, and holding the bag is key to being a cake decorator. So once we hold the bag right, we get the bag ready, we have the right tips, we're gonna be pros. So now I'm just basically getting all the frosting down. I like to just do it over into the bowl. I'm just pushing it all down to the end, into my bowl. And I'm gonna show everyone now. And these are nice long bags. These are really great for beginners because The one thing that happens is a lot of times the frosting starts coming out of this top part here, and that's going to be annoying to you. So the key is we want to get the frosting down here, and then how you hold your bag, we're going to put it in. Okay, I have food color on my hands. We have our thumb and our forefinger here, and I'm twisting. And this is how I'm going to hold the bag. What I'm doing is, as I'm decorating, I'm squeezing from the top. So that's why we don't fill a bag way up here, because it's hard to squeeze it from the top. So we have a lot of, as you can see, I have a lot of leftover room, and that's just so we don't have it coming out the top. Once you become a pro, you'll buy smaller bags, and then you won't have this extra part. But for us, we want this because some of us are beginners. So this is the leaf tip. So see how it's kind of like, it has these, like this. Wait, let's see. Like this, see? So we want that top part, we want it to be, can you hear it? That, like this. Does that make sense? Am I making sense how we're holding it? Think of that top part is going to be the vein in the leaf. So we want to hold it so that the top, the pointy part is like facing us. Did I make sense? Can everyone see it?
I think of it as like a bird's
beak.
Like a bird's beak, right? And so you want it, you want a bird's eye view of the beak.
Correct. That's excellent. Thank you. Yes. So what we're going to do,
let's say 7 different ways and something's going to hit, right? So, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to practice. So go ahead and so the key to frosting is when we're decorating, and so you don't do this where you're pulling it like that. That's not what we want to do. We want the frosting, the tip is what's going to be the design. It's not us pulling this and that. And that's the hardest thing for people to learn is don't pull your bag. You're holding it here, you're squeezing, and then you just lightly pull. And see how I made a leaf? Holding the bag, squeeze, lightly pull. And as I'm lightly pull, so I go squeeze, squeeze, stop, squeeze, pull. And I'm getting that little leaf thing. So what I'm going to do now is I know how to make a leaf, and I'm going to start at the top, just going to make my leaf. And I'm going to go around, and I'm just turning it as though I'm making a little leaf. Let's see, what was it? Can everyone see the wreath coming together?
Yeah, cute.
Okay, there's my wreath. So I can't get it all the way pushed down because of that air in there, but I'm gonna so I'm cutting a hole in there because I wanna just squeeze little balls on my wreath there. So I'm just cutting a tiny, not really big, like, think of when you're cutting the tip, think of it how small you want the hole to be, you know, like a little hole. There we go. And then of course, be for sure, you throw that little piece out ASAP. That, and let's see if sometimes I cut it and then I don't even get a hole cut in there like I just did. And so now we're gonna go a little bit thicker. And then I'm just gonna push it down until I have, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna decorate, this is like this little hole tip. You also have a tip that we're gonna use for something different, but you can write with this, like just knowing how to do this. This is where you can do writing with something like this, but we're gonna practice to make little balls. So basically what we're doing, we're holding it, and we're gonna squeeze our little ball, and we're gonna stop squeezing and then pull it up. Because if you pull it up while you're squeezing, it like gets like a tail on it. So we're just gonna hold it, squeeze a little ball, stop squeezing and pull. And now we're gonna do that on our cupcake. We're gonna put tiny little berries on our wreath. So we're just gonna hold it. I'm making mine a little bit bigger so everyone will see them. You get to make them whatever size you want. There. Now, if you're feeling daring, go for the bow. Just kind of like an 8. There we go.
That bow happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Can you show that again, like on the one of the scrapers?
My spatula?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Okay. So basically, I'm doing like a sidewards number 8. So let's see, can you hear it? I go 1 like this, and then like that, my number 8, and then I just do these little pulls down. Let me see if I can. Oh, I have this thing. Or I'll put it on this clean spatula. Okay. So I'm doing a sidewards 8. There. There's like a sidewards letter. Oh, some paper. All right. I'll do that one next. And then I'm just kind of doing like that. All right, we have a piece of paper I can do this on. Brennan is assisting me. So we're doing a sideways letter 8, or letter for 8, there. And then I'm just kind of going squiggle, 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 squiggle. Okay, so now this is going to be fun. We're going to switch the tip on our green bag. So you're going to unscrew it. And this is why we put stuff in couplers instead of just putting the tips in without these couplers. And then you're going to grab the star tip, which is this one. And it's a number, I believe, 18. Yep, this is a number 18. Can everyone, wait, see it? It's this one. Okay. And then you're going to put it on your green just like you did the other one. And we're going to practice before we do it on our cupcake. We're going to make a tree. So basically, we have our tip, and I'm just kind of doing like a little circle. So can everyone kind of get this out of the way so you can really see it. Just doing like a little circle, pull, stop, and up. See my little tree? So I'm just, and you can get them wide if you want. Ooh, look at that. It all depends how big you want to do your swirl. So is everyone ready to put a tree? You know, I might want a really big one. Let's see how big we can get. Oh yeah. And fill in the middle and then keep going. If you want to make a really big one, look at that. I made a big one. So once you've got a tree practiced, we're going to do that on our cupcake. Now, we can stop there, or we can put that leaf tip back on and pull out branches. So right now, what we've done, that is an acceptable Christmas tree. And we have like sprinkles, we have our little red dot that we put on it. We can, or we can do this. This is more advanced. We take this leaf tip that we've already done the wreath with, and we're just gonna go around and pull little leaves around it to make it look like a tree. I'm just gonna do one side just to kind of show you. So we all have our tree going. You see how that looks. We can put sift a little powdered sugar on our cupcake. So it's kind of fun that we've had to switch the tips around. And what's fun is everyone gets to keep these tips. And then you can put some of your little red balls on your tree. or put some sprinkles. We have some sprinkles that we have. There we go. And do all different colors. So there's our tree. All right, so now we're taking our black and we're going to do like, this is like string of lights. So I'm just holding it and I'm just kind of doing like a circle. Like that. And then I'm going to open up my M&Ms. And you're going to put the lights in. I'm just kind of putting them on the side, the different color lights. Does everyone like that one? Was a fun, easy one. We're gonna do the snowman is we're going to frost our cupcake. Give it a nice, thick amount of frosting. And the snowman, you don't really want him to be real smooth because he's gonna be a melting snowman, okay? Then we're going to put our marshmallow. And the marshmallow is gonna go right in there. Then we're going to use our black and we're gonna make some eyeballs. And a smile. And then we'll have like some arms. So I'm gonna pull the arm out here. The little stick, kind of do like that. There's one. Then we can take our red, let's do our red, make some red buttons because we already have some red in a bag. And we're just gonna put our little buttons here. And then we have our orange food color because we're just going to take a toothpick and we're just going to make a little carrot nose. Let me get my food color open. And that's because we just didn't have enough bags and tips, so we can always do that. I'm gonna just paint his nose on there. And there is our snowman. Pretty, I mean, it looks super professional and fancy, but it was so easy, wasn't it? Then we're going to do a reindeer. This is where if you had cocoa powder, you could color it brown. I'm just gonna do a quick demo because this one is so easy. I tried to do different like levels. I think the wreath was probably a harder one, where this one is gonna be really easy. So basically your frosting, pretend my frosting is chocolate. I forgot to make my chocolate frosting. And then we're going to take our pretzel, and these are just the ears of the reindeer. And then we're going to take our M&Ms and just make fixes. So there's a nice easy cupcake for a younger child to do. I had one more that I was going to show you. Since we have red, we can do a Santa hat. And basically this red bag that we had, I'm going to cut it really thick. So this is just kind of a technique that you can really cut your bags as thick or thin as you want. I'm going to cut this one thick. And I'm just going to go around my whole cupcake. just like that. I got it really nice and tall. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the marshmallow and put it on top.